Hello everyone, welcome to another session. In this video, we will talk about how to protect the software and other devices from a cybersecurity brute force assault. A brute force attack is a fairly easy and widespread method used by hackers nowadays to develop a bot and send many queries to a server in order to guess the ID and password by trial and error method. I'll go through the model, how it's configured, how it works, how hackers guess our ID and password, and what middleware I have installed to mitigate brute force assault. So this is a VisualSim interface, and here we have a model consists of a user who sends a request to server to access the database, and we also have a hacker who will try to guess our ID and password. Here you can see the firewall that have been set up as a middleware so that every request is routed by the firewall before being forwarded to the database server. Now I will this is a interface of the firewall, and this is the starting IP range I kept for the testing. So IP range starting is this and ending is this, and threshold time threshold count is 10 and threshold time is this. Now let's run this and we'll see the output. So here you can see user response without the hacker success rate is it's fast, and I think once hacker has been tried with the success rate of 0.8 and it has been blocked. If I make this IP range out of the range, that hacker IP range, and then I save the model, and if I run, yeah, it's successful, and run this. So you can see because IP range is actually out of range, so it's just no response for the hacker, and like response will be false, and it will never again request, and so we can see the response is totally fast. And if I suppose increase the time of the hacker in range, then you can see compile wrapper, and yeah, let's run. So you can see response is okay, but for the hacker the success rate is still 0. Can see this. uh, for the firewall we have and this is a model what I have shown you, and how we are preventing the firewall and what we have implemented I will show here. So B safeguard IP transit and infrastructure by using IP range and checksum. We identify warning signs of attacks by using request validation and valid flags evaluated by the database server. When detecting false positive traffic over a firewall, we utilize our VisualSim time resolution rather than the user system true time. To detect bots or hackers, we will use the both the optimized mainly what is that is IP range validation, and the second is request time threshold. And if any of the IP request time threshold exceeds the 10 requests in that period, then that IP will be added to the block list. And if any of the above case discovered, the answer will be false, so the response to that particular IP will be seen as a false. And so we conclude here, You can see this output we have seen, like with the time and with the time of the 10.0 e minus 5 millisecond. What the hacker success rate is obviously 0, but the response is changing according to the hacker response time as well. And so we here conclude that how this cybersecurity model will help us to protect our software and hardware from brute force attack and find the best optimal configuration of the product before the development. Thank you.